Hey! Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Danny from Enigma Rooms, and I'm here with you for another Friday night quiz. Yes, it's a Friday night quiz, but you don't have to play it on a Friday night. You can play it Tuesday in the daytime. It's completely up to you. I'm in a slightly different venue this week because there's some work going off in the Twisted Broom. So I'm in the Axe Hall here in Doncaster, and that's why we've got like shields and axe helmets behind us, okay? Viking helmets. I know they didn't really wear horns on the helmets. You don't have to tell me. Everyone else seems to though. Anyway, I've got 50 questions for you, split across 5 rounds. And this week, the rounds are, as always, knowledge and trivia. Yes, people call it general knowledge, but we call it knowledge and trivia. We've got the entertainment round. We've got a round called listed sequence. I'll explain that when we get to it. We've got a round based on superheroes. And instead of the normal picture round this week, I've gone for something a bit silly, and I've gone for a warped faces round. So, I mean, that sort of says what it does, what it says on the tin with that one, doesn't it? As I always say, guys, please do me a favour while I've got your attention. Like and subscribe to the channel. Like this video. It just gets us more attention. More people can do the quizzes, and we can create a nice little quiz community. That'd be awesome if you could do things like that. Also, for those who are joining us for the first time, welcome. Please leave a comment with your score after you've done the quiz. And also, the way it works is I'm going to read out all 50 questions, and then I'll do the answers at the end, okay? So you can write them down as you go along. You can do it on your phone or on a tablet, something like that. You can shout at the screen, but I'm not going to respond because I'm pre-recorded. It's completely up to you how you want to do it. Okay, are you ready for round 1? Here we go, knowledge and trivia. Question 1 in the knowledge and trivia round. Sofia is the capital of which country? Sofia is the capital of which country? I've just remembered, I forgot to say, you get about 10 seconds, roughly about 10 seconds to answer each question before I move on to the next one. Unless I think it's super duper easy, then I give you hardly any time at all. Question number 2, who scored the first ever Premier League hat-trick? So who scored the first ever Premier League hat-trick? Question number 3. Who is currently Donald Trump's vice president? Now, in case you're doing this quiz in the future, I am currently in 2025, and the month is March. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. But yeah, 2025, who is Donald Trump's current vice president? Question number 4. What is the biggest state in America? And it's not fair to say America's a state itself. It's not. It is a bit of a state with the current presidential situation, but I'm talking about the actual states of America. Which one is the biggest? Hi to all the American watchers. Appreciate you being here. I'm wrong? Leave a comment. Let me know. I can't say anything. Look at the state of our country at the minute. Anyway, question number 5. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? There are a few of them to choose from, but I'm asking you, who is Henry VIII's last wife? Question number 6. Good old Phil Taylor, darts champion. He won a lot of world championship titles in his time. How many though? So how many world championship titles did Phil Taylor win? I can give you a clue. He currently holds the most. Does that help? Again, I don't think he's going for another world championship, but we are in 2025. If that helps your answer. Question number 7. Who said you must be the change you wish to see in the world? Who said you must be the change you wish to see in the world? Question number 8. Now this is a bit of a spelling question, and I'm not going to put the word up on screen because obviously that would be cheating, because I'm asking you how many letters are in the word, okay? So I would like you to say or I'd like you to tell me how many letters are in the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Come on. Obvious reasons I can't put it on the screen. You'll sit there and count them and stuff like that. I don't want you to be Googling or anything that's cheating, or Yahoo or Ask Jeeves. Do you remember Ask Jeeves? Yeah, how many letters are in that word? I know it's a made-up word, so you can't be going, it's a made-up word. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, the famous Mary Poppins song. Go on, have a guess. How many letters? We'll have a look at end. Question number 9. If the numbers, again, this is a bit of a spelling one. If the numbers 1 to 10 were written down, in alphabetical order, should I say, if they were written down in alphabetical order, which number would come second? So if the numbers 1 to 10 were written down in alphabetical order, which number would be second? Ooh, some frantic fingers and checking. And are you making notes on your pen and paper? Does anyone play with pen and paper? Actually, that's an interesting question for me anyway. Do you play with pen and paper? Do you use your phone? Do you just shout out? Do you care? You probably don't care, do you? Question number 10 in your knowledge and trivia round. What prehistoric period is the T-Rex from? What prehistoric period is the T-Rex from? And there we go for our knowledge and trivia round. Moving swiftly on to our entertainment round. Now, as a reminder, entertainment could mean films, TV shows, music, theatre, novels, books, that sort of thing. Basic games, anything like that is involved in the entertainment round. Okay, so let's move on with that. Question number 1. What is the name of James Corden's character in Gavin and Stacey? What is the name of James Corden's character in Gavin and Stacey? It took me ages to see Gavin and Stacey. I didn't watch it originally, I didn't watch the original series when it came out. I think I got a charity DVD shop, bought DVD box set. I ended up watching it and I loved it. But I've still not seen the last 2 Christmas specials yet, so we'll never know. And if they do reveal what happens on that fishing trip, I still don't know. I don't think they do though. Question number 2. What year did Rihanna release her famous single, should I say, Umbrella, Ella. Oh, there's an echo in here. Yes, what year did Rihanna release the song Umbrella, Ella? Hey? That's what I'm asking. I was surprised how long ago it was, and it makes me feel old. Anyway, question number 3. One Direction. The world has heard about them. They were on a TV show, a little on the TV show, you might not have heard this one. It was called The X Factor. But they only came second. They were runners-up. But who were they runners-up to? Who won that year of X Factor? Crazy, the fact that One Direction got as big as they did, and the winner of X Factor, most of you will never have heard of. Or when I say their name, you might go, oh yeah, they were a thing. Yeah, it's a shame, but there you go. That's how the entertainment industry works, apparently. Question number 4. What was the name of the shop that was featured in Open All Hours? Granville? What was the name of the shop that was featured in Open All Hours? Fun fact for anyone, we're in Doncaster, I'm based in Doncaster, and I actually grew up a 15-minute walk from where they filmed Open All Hours, and the shop is still there, but it's a, well, the last time I checked, it was a hair salon. I think they've just sold it again, actually. But yeah, there we go. Number 5. What comedy duo does the Who's On First routine? What comedy duo does the Who's On First routine? It's a baseball themed routine. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third. And it's classic in any comedy. If you're doing stand-up comedy or you're doing any form of comedy and you've not seen these people do this sketch, then you're not doing comedy right, I think. Get watching. It's now a panto routine, actually. I've seen it in a lot of pantos. Number 6. What is the name of Kermit the Frog's nephew? So what is the name of Kermit the Frog's nephew? And the only clue I can give you as to who his nephew is he plays Tiny Tim in Muppets Christmas Carol. It's not a great clue if you don't know who the Muppets are, do you? Just pick a name, might be right. Question number 7. Which hit musical has songs such as Miracle, Naughty, and When I Grow Up? So which hit musical has songs such as Miracle, Naughty, and When I Grow Up? And for you regular viewers, you know how much I like to sing. I know I can't sing, but I like to sing. So it's very hard for me to ask a question about a musical that has songs in it that I'm not singing. But I will attempt them and the answers, obviously. I'm not totally crazy. Number 8. Actually, that's not true. Number 8. Soon to be released and based on a computer game. What film stars Jack Black, Jason Momoa, and Danielle Brooks? It's getting released next week, I think, or week after, beginning of week after. And I know because my son is desperate to go and see it. He's only 8 years old and he keeps seeing it on bus stops. I want to go and see that, Dad. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go and see it. But the film is based on a computer game and it stars Jack Black, Jason Momoa, and Danielle Brooks. What's the film? Question number 9. Who wrote Great Expectations? So who wrote the book, the novel, the classic, Great Expectations? I don't think I've ever read this, but I have seen it on stage twice. I'm dyslexic, so I don't like to read. But I love the theatre. So live theatre beats everything. In fact, everyone's banging on about Adolescence, is it? The Steve Graham film at the minute. Oh, amazing that it's all done in one shot. You wait till you go to live theatre. Everything's done in one take. All done in one take. And the final question for our entertainment round. Number 10, what film does stumble on my words there. What film does Rick Moranis become the keymaster despite constantly getting locked out of his apartment? So what film, I'll ask it again because I butchered it. What film does Rick Moranis become a keymaster despite constantly getting locked out of his apartment? It's a classic film. And there we go, there we have the entertainment round. So up next we have the listed sequence round, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to give a list and you've got to complete that list, okay? So the list, it might just be a list of 4 things and you've got to tell me what the last thing is or the missing thing is, or if it's a sequence, you've got to tell me what's next in the sequence, all right? In fact, I think just the first question is tell me what's the one missing, everything else is a sequence. So let's go for this. Right, question number 1 in listed sequence. Lennon, McCartney, Starr. What's missing in that list? Lennon, McCartney, Starr. What's the missing list? That didn't quite work. I was going to say what's the missing link, but there isn't a link, and then I changed it to list at the last minute. It didn't really work, so it didn't really make sense. You're not looking for a missing list, you're looking for a missing whatever it is. Question number 2. First Blood. Rambo First Blood Part 2. Rambo 3. Rambo. And what's the next thing? What's the last thing in that list? Oh, that sequence. That is a sequence, that one. So First Blood. Rambo First Blood Part 2. Rambo 3. Rambo. And there's a final one. What's the final one? Again, I have to say this in case you're watching it in the future. We're in 2025. Nothing else has come out after this as of yet. So this is the final one. And I don't think it will, but there you go. You never know. Question number 3. Complete this list. Great Wall of China. Taj Mahal. Machu Picchu. Chichen Itza. Christ the Redeemer. The Colosseum. And... again, obviously, I'm not going to give you the clues as to what this list entails. You should be able to figure out what the list is based on what I'm giving you. That is the Great Wall of China, Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza, Christ the Redeemer, and the Colosseum. What's the final thing? What's missing off that list? Question number 4, list and sequence round. This is a sequence, okay? What comes next in this sequence? John Major, Tony Blair, Gordon Brown. What comes next? What comes next? Who's on first? I don't know who's on third. So, John Major, Tony Blair, and Gordon Brown. Who comes next? They're all terrible impressions, aren't they? Yeah, Tony Blair. He used to stutter a lot through his things, didn't he? No, I think the thing that it... Anyway, John Major, Tony Blair, and Gordon Brown. What's the next in that sequence? Number 5, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton. Who's next? What's next? It's a sequence. George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton. Actually, I've written the word Timoth. I forgot E. Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton, and what's next? What's the next thing in the sequence? It's obviously a person, but I don't want to give that away just in case it's not. Question number 6. Again, this is a sequence. Yellow, green, brown, blue, pink. What's next? It's a sequence. Yellow, green, brown, blue, pink. What's next? It's a sequence that I've never learnt, but often use. Question number 7. Complete this sequence. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China. What's next in the sequence? Those who know the answer immediately will probably understand why it's a very difficult question for me to ask this one. And for those who don't, I'll explain why later. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China. Who's next? What's next? Number 8. This one could be a difficult one. Victorious, glorious, us. What's next in that sequence? Victorious, glorious, us. It's one of them when you get the answer you'll go, oh yeah. You might also go, oh, we're never going to get that. But you will know the answer. What's this kid doing here? Question number... Sorry, I'm looking out the window and there's a motorcyclist reversing on the road. But he's obviously in the wrong lane, so he's gone behind the car. Question number... you didn't ask, but I'm telling you anyway. Question number 9. Balcony, upper circle, dress circle. What's next in that sequence? Balcony, upper circle, dress circle. What's next in that sequence? I don't know if you could hear that. That was the motorbike going away. And finally, question number 10 in the listed sequence round. This is a sequence again. What's next in the sequence of Leo, Virgo, Libra, and what is next? I only need one. I only need the next one. You don't need to give me the full list. Leo, Virgo, Libra, and... And there we go, that's the listed sequence round. We're going to move on to superheroes round. We're going to move on in just a moment. It's not going to take too much time for you, but I need to change the battery for my camera because I've realised it's getting low. So give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, like half a second for you, half an hour for me, but there we go. Moving on to the next round, which is superhero. Yes, hang on, check this out. I've just noticed this on the floor. I've just found a pound coin on floor. That's going in pocket, that one. There we go. Like a magpie, mate. Anyway, the superhero round. It's questions on superheroes. I don't think I need to tell you more than that, do I? I'm just going to move the camera slightly so we can actually have space for the questions to appear here. So, on to the superhero round. Question number 1. Who made Captain America's shield? Who made Captain America's shield? Snooze, you lose, isn't it? Question number 2 in the superheroes round. Who said, with great power comes great responsibility? Who said that? Who said, with great power comes great responsibility? What a great line that is. People have used it for all sorts of things. None of them have ever had superpowers. Question number 3. Bing! Who piloted an invisible plane? As in an aeroplane, not just like a field in Africa. Or it's not a field, is it? You know what I mean? Like I don't know how you describe that actually. The plains of Africa. Or Spain, because the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. Anyway, who piloted an invisible plane? ADHD sidetracks you a little bit. Question number 4. What is the name of Batman's mother? And you can't just say mum. She's got an actual name. What is the name of Batman's mother? Question number 5. What planet is Superman from? What planet is Superman from? And I'll tell you what, I saw this the other day, it made me laugh. The guy at the beginning of Superman who says, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Superman. You know that bit? The guy who said, is it a bird? What was he so excited about? Was he a bird watcher? I don't know. Question number 6. Who plays Deadpool in the films? Again, it's 2025. I don't know if they remade it in the future. But if they did, I'm talking about recent ones to me. 2025. Who plays Deadpool in the films? Question number 7. What is the name of the villainous organisation that opposes S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Marvel Universe? That were a bit of a mouthful, wasn't it? What is the name of the villainous organisation that opposes S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Marvel Universe? Question number 8. What is the name of the Marvel superhero who is blind? He has heightened senses. Lawyer by day. Was he a lawyer? I think he was a lawyer. Or she. Not giving the game away. Number 9. What member of the Fantastic Four can stretch his body to extraordinary lengths? What is the name of the member of the Fantastic Four, that's Yorkshire for 4, that can stretch his body to extraordinary lengths? And question number 10. What is the surname of Batman's butler? What is the surname of Batman's butler? Yeah, we know his first name. Everyone knows his first name. I don't know his surname. And there we go. That is our superhero round. A nice, quick, easy round for most people. I'm not really into superhero myself. I'm into Batman. I like Batman. And I might watch Superman if it's on. But that's about it. So, you didn't ask, but I'm telling you anyway. Anyway, on to the next round. Why am I pulling funny faces? Well, I'm not, that's just my face. But no, we are having a round called Warped Faces, okay? So it's a picture round, but I've warped celebrity faces. And all you got to do is tell me who they are, okay? Now, I had a lot of fun warping these. I've used Photoshop to warp them, and I found this tool called Liquify, I think it was called, and it made me laugh so much. Unfortunately, it's made some of them more difficult than it needs to be. So let's just agree that this is just going to be a silly round, and we're just going to have fun, and it's irrelevant whether it's difficult or hard. But the first one is easy, because the first one is this person. Who is that? Hopefully you can already see why I had so much fun warping these faces, because and I'm not exaggerating when I say Taylor came into the office because I was laughing and said, "What are you laughing at?" And I just went, "Look what I'm doing. This is my job." Question number 2. Person number 2, should I say. Who is that? Now, what I probably will do is give you a little hint and tell you that they are in the entertainment industry. So who is this person? Question number 3, from the political world, who is this person? Who is that? Question number 4, again, from the entertainment world, who is this? Apparently, I've only gone for political or entertainment industry people, so these are all entertainment people now. I nearly said the answer. Who's this person? Obviously, I'm not trying to cause offence or anything like that. Just in case that famous person happens to come across my little humble independent YouTube quiz, I'm really sorry. But I will show you the real picture at the end, and you do look beautiful. Question number 6. Who is this person? Again, all these entertainment world, unless I say otherwise. Question number 7. Who is this magnificent beast? Oh, gosh. See, this is why, another reason why I need you to like and subscribe, because the more you like and subscribe and the more people that see the channel, the more I get to do things like this as part of my job. If you stop liking and subscribing and stuff, eventually it's not going to be worth my while, and I've got other things that I've got to do. So please, for the love of me being silly, just give us a like and subscribe. Number 8, again, the world of entertainment. Here we go. Who is that? Question number 9. This person is from the political world, and hopefully you'll know who it is straight away, but this is my favourite image. Are you ready? Boom. This was the first one I did, and I had way too much fun doing it. I know you already know who it is, so I'm going to move on quickly, but that is funny. And finally, question number 10, or person number 10, again from the entertainment world. Who is this? And there we go, guys. That's our quiz done for the day. I'll give you the answers in just a moment. But while I've got you, obviously, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. I'm going to go through the answers now, actually. I think I should have enough battery left to get through them all. I'm going to quickly fire through them. If I go too fast, obviously, you can slow me down. You can slow me down on the playback speed, or you can do that famous thing where you pause the device, telly, or whatever it is you're watching me on. Okay. So, knowledge and trivia round. Sofia is the capital city of Bulgaria. The first person to score a Premier League hat-trick was Cantona. Eric Cantona. He's not a man, he is Cantona. Donald Trump's vice president currently is J.D. Vance. That's James David Vance, apparently. Number 4, the biggest state in America is Alaska. Henry VIII's last wife was Catherine Parr. She was on par, obviously. How many world titles does Phil Tufnell, it's not Phil Tufnell, Phil Taylor have in the darts? 16. He's currently got the most at 16, so he's matching Ric Flair with world championships there. Woo! 7, who said you must be the change you wish to see in the world? That was, of course, Gandhi. How many letters are in the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? I can put it on screen now. There are 34 letters in there. Well done if you got 34. I obviously can't spell normal words, never mind made up words, so there we go. I wouldn't stand a chance. In the numbers, if you write down numbers 1 to 10 in alphabetical order, the first number would be number 8, and the second number would be number 5. So well done if you got that. And question number 10, the prehistoric period that the T-Rex was from. Yes, a T-Rex was in Jurassic Park, but he wasn't from the Jurassic period at all. He was from the Cretaceous period. So fantastic if you've got that and you knew that little nugget. On to the entertainment round now. Smithy is the character that James Corden plays in Gavin and Stacey. Rihanna released Umbrella, Under My Umbrella in 2007. 2007. I remember watching it live for the first time in whatever show she was in. Because I remember her going, "Ooh, Nana, what's my name?" And she held the microphone out to the audience and no one said a thing. Because I think she should have gone, "Ooh, Nana, what's my name?" And they go, "Rihanna, that's your name." I think that's what she planned in her head, but no one said anything and she never did anything since. Anyway, One Direction was the runners-up in X Factor in 2010, but Matt Cardle won it. Who? Have you heard of him? Do you remember him? I think, if I remember rightly, he did Katy Perry's Firework, and he was very good. And he was a very good singer, but it's a shame that he didn't get... If he won that competition, he didn't get the recognition that One Direction did. Number 4, what is the name of the shop in open hours? That is Arkwright's. The comedy duo who does Who's on First, What's on Second, I Don't Know Who's on Third. That is Abbott and Costello, American duo. Very, very funny. There were a lot of good comedy sketches, but that's probably the most famous. Kermit the Frog's nephew is Robin. What is the hit musical that includes Miracle, Naughty, and When I Grow Up, I Will Eat Sweets Every Day? That is Matilda. I think it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but yeah, it's a really good musical. Another thing that's got Stephen Graham in it. It's a really good musical. It's a great one to see on the West End as well. So get tickets if you haven't already. Soon to be released and based on a computer game, the film starring Jack Black, Danielle Brooke, and Jason Momoa is Minecraft movie, or the Minecraft movie. My son can't wait to see that. Great Expectations was written by Charles Dickens. And the film where Rick Moranis is the key master, even though he keeps getting locked out of his apartment, is Ghostbusters. Some ironic comedy there for you. The next round is listed sequence, and of course, you're going to have a list or a sequence, you just got to tell me what's missing. So the first one, Lennon, McCartney, Starr, they are all names of the Beatles, and the final one is Harrison, as in George Harrison. Number 2, First Blood, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, Rambo. The final film in that series is Rambo Last Blood, which makes a lot of sense, to be fair. That's another reason why I think that's probably going to be the last film there. It's a nice wheels turned around there, isn't it? Number 3, The Great Wall of China, Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza, Christ the Redeemer, and the Colosseum. These are, of course, the 7 modern wonders of the world. And the only one missing is Petra, the nice big sort of palace that's carved into a rock. John Major to Tony Blair and Gordon Brown. David Cameron is the next in that list. They are, of course, a sequence of prime ministers, and David Cameron followed Gordon Brown. Number 5, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton is James Bond actors, and they were followed by Pierce Brosnan. So well done if you've got that one. This one could be tough for a lot of people. Yellow, green, brown, blue and pink. They are the order which you pot the coloured balls after potting all the reds in snooker, and the final ball to pot is, of course, the black ball. Never the white ball, apparently. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China. That is from the song We Didn't Start the Fire, and the last name on that list is Johnny Ray. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray. That's not the tune, actually. I don't know why I sang it like that. This is the hardest one, I think, so well done if you got this one. Victorious, glorious, us. And the last answer can be possibility of two. It could be king or queen. They are the last words of each line of the final four lines of God Save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us, God save the... And obviously king or queen both work. I think I still sing queen, even though we've got a king. But I think most people still do, because we sang it for 60 odd years, didn't we? Balcony, upper circle, dress circle. These are descending order of seating plans in most traditional theatres. So the balcony is right at the top. There's a dress circle, an upper circle underneath that. Then there's a dress circle or a grand circle. Some people call it the grand circle. And then at the bottom is what's called the stalls. So well done if you got that. And finally, Leo, Virgo, Libra. They, of course, star signs followed by Scorpio. So they, well done if you got them. I know it's a tricky round, that one, guys, especially if you don't know what's what, but what the categories are, should I say. But yeah, well done. Moving on to superheroes. Superheroes. Who made Captain America's shield? That was Howard Stark, yes, the father of Tony. Who said, with great power comes great responsibility? It was the guy who made all the rice, Uncle Ben. Peter Parker's uncle, so Uncle Ben is the answer for that one. Who piloted the invisible plane? That was Wonder Woman. What is the name of Batman's mother? That was Martha, or Martha Wayne, if you want to go for the full name, which I'm sure some of you have. What planet is Superman from? He is from Krypton. I said that question, didn't I? I feel like I said that question. Anyway, who plays Deadpool in the films? That is Ryan Reynolds. And what is the villainous organisation that opposes S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Marvel Universe? That is Hydra. Number 8, what is the name of the Marvel superhero that is blind? That is Daredevil. Number 9, what member of the Fantastic Four can stretch his body to extraordinary lengths? That is, of course, Mr. Fantastic. And number 10 for the superhero round, what is the surname of Batman's butler? He was, of course, Pennyworth. So well done if you got that. And finally, warped faces. Let's get back laughing, okay? So number 1, obvious one, that is Donald Trump. Number 2, Jim Carrey. Sometimes his face is already warped. He warps it himself. He doesn't need my help. Number 3 in the world of politics, that is a great leader in Winston Churchill. He fighted them on the beaches, then swished his face around in the sea. Number 4, that is Kristen Bell. I know her from The Good Place, is the one that most people know from now. But obviously she plays in Frozen and other things. What's she in recently? She was in that one. That's another Netflix one. I can't remember the name of that one. Let me know. I'll watch it. Number 5 is Jennifer Coolidge. I know she's had a lot of work done, but she doesn't look as ridiculous as the first picture. Number 6, I think this one's a difficult one. Because as immediately as I start warping it, I thought it immediately looked like someone else. But then I thought, hey, do you know what? Let's go for it. That's Kevin Hart. So well done if you got that, because I think as I started warping it, it looked more like a warped version of Idris Elba, I thought. So, yeah, well done if you got Kevin Hart. Number 7, there was a clue in this one. You Magnificent Beast. That is, of course, the stand-up show title for Greg Davis, also known as The Taskmaster. Number 8 is Meryl Streep, beautiful lady. Number 9 is... Look at 8. That is Boris Johnson. And number 10, from Harry Potter and other things, Thunderpants. Do you remember Thunderpants? That were a good film. That is Rupert Grint. So there we go. Well done if you got any of them, guys, and I hope you had fun. That's my quiz done for another week. Again, I hope you had fun, and please like and subscribe. I know I keep banging on about it, but honestly, it really helps the channel out, and it helps us out, and it helps keeps me in shirts and doing daft stuff like this just for your entertainment. Please leave a comment of your score below. It doesn't matter, I will respond to them all. Just let me know what you struggled with. Let me know any suggestions of rounds. I've still got a list of suggestions that you've all suggested that I need to get through, and I will do. But other than that, again, my name's Danny from Enigma Rooms here in Doncaster. Thank you very much for playing, and I'll see you again next time.